Hello, beautiful people. It is Marriage Monday. We are talking balancing your marriage, motherhood, career, and business. We have some amazing boss mamas with us today. And so I'm just so excited to get started. I have this lovely filter on because, as you guys know, I've been peeling, doing a chemical peel on my skin. I don't want to scare nobody, but I will be documenting it on YouTube if you want to catch it there. So I am going to start adding our ladies. Can you, Martia and Danya, can you guys put in a request? And Ebony, can't figure out how to, if you send me a request, okay, so I see Danya just, hey Cartier girl, how's my skin looking? Did I make it work? All right, so I think we should be getting,
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you, Disney mama?
You're kind of breaking up just a little bit.
Oh, I am?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, awesome.
Oh, good. Could you hear me before you joined, or was I breaking up?
No, you were good. You are good.
Okay. Good. Okay, I think I see, oh, perfect. I see their requests. So I'm going to put them in. Danya, so speaking of balancing motherhood, career, and biz, Danya is in Disney for her baby's birthday. Is it her birthday?
Yeah, her birthday's on Wednesday.
Love it. So she's in Disney celebrating her baby's birthday, but still working on the business, doing this live for me. So I definitely appreciate you taking the time. I know I'll be in Disney like, hi. Hello, welcome.
I literally
ran your favorite. What's up?
Oh no, I was saying I literally ran here, showered, and I was like, let me get on this live. Because this Florida heat is crazy. Like,
can y'all see me? Yes, we can see you, Ebony.
Hi, ladies.
I bet it is crazy. Hello. I'm so excited for this talk. I'm not a mama yet, so I'm just really, really excited to learn from the three of you guys. So let's jump right in. Let's start with Danya. I'm just going to go by like who I see on screen. Danya, if you can introduce yourself, how many children you have, your business, just tell us all that good stuff. And then we'll go to Ebony and then Martia.
Hey guys, thank you for joining our live. My name is Danya and I am a motherhood and lifestyle influencer. I have two kids. My daughter's turning 4 on Wednesday, crazy, and my son just turned 2 in January. I started this motherhood and lifestyle influencing thing a year and a half ago, and I actually have a diaper bag brand called Yuma Collection, and that launched in September. So it's fashion forward diaper bag brand. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm on vacation right now. But it's good to be working, and still making connections. So.
Thank you for being here. I love your mama-daughter videos. Like, that's mama-daughter goals. I just see the way she looks up to you. Like, you can see it in her eyes that she's like, I want to be just like her. Like, how do I do that? I love it. So thank you for being here. And then let's go to Ebony.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ebony. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm also a business law professor. I'm an introvert. Dolores knows this. I have a podcast with one of my besties for introverts. But most importantly, I am a wife and proud mom of 5 beautiful little children. I like to call them my Fab 5. And although everything that I do is I find very, very important, the reason why being a mom is so important to me is because they really inspired me to do everything that I do. So I love my motherhood journey, and I have a blog where I share the different tips and things that kind of work for me as I go through my journey with other mothers as well. And you can follow that page. It's called Lifelong Little Ones.
Yes, Fab Mama with her Fab 5. And for those of you guys who are listening, make sure you stay to the end. We'll go about an hour. We have a giveaway. So I got this idea from, that's Crystal. That's her Instagram name. And whenever she does lives, she tries to do a giveaway. So I'm like, I love that. So we have a giveaway today for one person. It's sponsored by Absolute Green. I love their products. I actually have a reel coming out tomorrow on there. But the question that you have to answer has to do with how many kids. So this is like pretty much, telling you guys pay attention. So Donnie already said how many kids she has. Ebony already said how many kids she has. And then now we're going to go to Martia. Introduce yourself.
Well, hello, you guys. My name is Martia, but I always say just call me Tia because that means we're really girls. But I am on Instagram, Go Beautiful Girl. I am a mom, a wife, and I have a lovely, beautiful boy. He's actually my reason why I started this blogger journey. He is almost 2. My husband, his name is Kevin, and we've been married for about 11 years. It'll be 11 years in June. So so it's just been a ride. I also do hair and makeup. I do that. I was full-time doing it, but now it's part-time because I wanted to be more of a stay-at-home mom and really focus on my blogging, really just inspiring young women, mothers all over, just sharing our journeys with one another. And I also started my own Go Beautiful Girl business. So it's just been amazing. My life has really, it's been a ride ever since Isaiah has came into my life. So I just love it here.
I love that. I love that. I am just so inspired by you boss mamas, and it just shows like you're not just mothers, but being mothers is a huge part of your life. Being wives are a huge part of your life, but then you're also running your businesses. So I know there's no perfect balance. Oh, and actually before I introduce the next question, I just want to shout out Cartier. When I posted, Cartier said that she wants to get into makeup and hair. So definitely, Cartier, I'm calling you out. Make sure you connect with Tia.
Yes.
That would be so, so good. So we know there's
that.
no perfect balance, right? With being a mother, being a wife, and being a business owner. So how are you all doing it? How are you managing it? I know it's not always perfect, but what's been working well for you guys? And whoever wants to start, and we'll just have the combo go.
I really wanted to see how, I think it's Ebony or Go Beautiful. Yes, on how you do it, because I wanted to go to law school, but then I was just like, no, it's not happening. Well, you have 5 kids. Just want to know how you're able to do it.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
So it is possible. You can definitely do it. And I did not have 5 kids when I was in law school.
Right.
But I was pregnant with my first while I was graduating and studying for the bar. And it's not easy, but I definitely think that as a mom, you're already balancing, your family and your business. You can definitely take on law school. Is it going to be easy? It's not. But as far as balance goes, I always like to say that, you can't really find balance. People like to say, oh, find work-life balance. Work-life balance is something that you create. And it really takes intention. So when I think of balance for myself, being that I am a lawyer, I have 5 kids, I work from home the majority of the time, I have to create the balance that works for my family and what works for my lifestyle. So what works for me is not going to work for every other mom. Some people don't have as much help. Some people do have help and they can rely on their village. So really just kind of create something that works for your lifestyle. What I do is I'm the queen of checklists and to-do lists. If I don't write it down, I'm not going to remember it. So I write it down in the notebook, in my phone. I set reminders because I just need to be reminded to do things because, again, I have a lot of things going on. So for me, having a to-do list and like time blocking and setting time apart to do certain things really helps me find the balance. And then I just, I understand that as a mom, things are not going to always be perfect. So even with my to-do list, I have to grant myself grace. I have 5 kids. So Monday might be a perfect day and I get everything on my to-do list done. But Tuesday, I might not get anything done because, the kids are either having a meltdown, things happen, or whatever. So as a mom, we have to do what we can, what works for us, and also grant yourself grace.
Yes, to grace. Yes,
I agree. I agree to that. I admit I have not figured it out yet. I have not. I'm winging it like from day to day. It is very tough. And I just tip my hat off to you guys. You have more than 1 kid. So I'm just like amazed at the mamas that's juggling household, business, and et cetera, et cetera. It's no joke. It's not for the weak. It really isn't. Yeah. So I like you were saying, I like you have to make it a point to schedule out what's important, prioritize. Like literally today, I wanted to turn my phone off. I didn't though. I wanted to turn my phone off and be present. But it's legit hard when you're juggling so many, things that you have to show up for. So you just kind of have to, like you said, give grace to yourself and just, social media will be there. Your business is going to be there. Your family, it's going to be there too, but you just have to prioritize as it comes.
Yeah, I love that you guys said prioritize, because I feel like when people say balance, you expect it all to be you putting 50% in each, or even whatever. If you have 25% each to fulfill each role that you are, wife, mom, business owner, whatever it may be. But I've noticed that taking it day by day, like you just said, there might be a day where I'll do a gourmet meal for the kids because I know that they wanted a certain dinner, but that means I did not put enough time in my work because I took that time to make dinner. But then there are days where the kids are going to have peanut butter and jelly to eat because that's what they want to eat, and that's all that I can make at the time. You know what I mean? I'm crunching time in. I have orders to make, so I'm like, you know what? This is what the kids want to eat. This is all the time that I have right now. So I'm filling in this cup for the business because I have to. And luckily, the kids are willing to eat whatever. I don't have to make rice and beans and chicken. So I throw
it up with the Haitian meals.
Yeah, literally. And there are times, because I create a lot of content, and I try not to have the kids watch too much TV, but I let them do it for that hour, so then I can have them doing their own thing, so I can shoot my content and shoot content for the bags or just for my personal page. So you have to sacrifice one end one way or another.
That's true.
Even when it comes to your spouse, it's like, and that's a whole different topic, but they sometimes feel like they're not really seen because you're with the kids all the time or you're at work all the time, and it's like, dang, I have to tend to my husband, and then that's when date nights come in and you have to schedule those in. So it is a lot of work, you guys.
Yes, Cardia just said, I'm glad I'm not alone. You definitely are not, girl.
No.
Yeah.
I love that you mentioned the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, because sometimes, that's what they're going to eat, and it's fine, Yep. I think for us as moms, we suffer from the guilt on our own, thinking that, the kids are not going to be okay. I only gave them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But trust me, they're going to be fine. They're going to love it regardless.
Yeah.
They are.
I don't have children yet, as you guys know, but I love hearing you guys say that because it's saving my future mama self, because I'm already getting caught up in that with my husband. I'll have that guilt with I work full time, then I have my business, and then I'll have a little bit of time for him. And then so it's like, how do I balance that? And then some days I'm like, I really don't want to cook, but I'm an African woman. I got to cook, Right. And then he's like, just let me know and I'll call Domino's. It's no problem. So I'm really blessed to have a husband that's cool with the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but it's also changing my mindset for me to feel like it's cool with the peanut butter jelly sandwiches. So I think mindset is big for that. And I love that you guys said giving yourself grace, because I feel like that's half the battle. I find I'm always exhausted because I'm getting on myself and not giving myself grace. And that's why I'm mentally exhausted. When a lot of times balance, like today I went hard, we're working late, if we want to call this work. But then tomorrow, I promise you, I'm not going to talk to nobody. That's my balance. Tomorrow,
take the day off.
That's my balance.
For real.
I love that you mentioned your husband, because the fact that you have that support now, he's good for later when you have children, because my husband has been really helpful with everything, because there's been days where I'm like, I don't know what to make, or I will not have time to make food, and he chips in. There was this one time I did have an overload, and I was making TikTok videos back to back. I was taking hours, and my husband was just like, the kids haven't eaten. And I'm like, but you're here. You know what I mean? And so, but I did have to take several seats though, because I'm like, I do need to relax, because I'm not filling the cup of my family and my husband, but you can still help out too, that's his end, but you don't want to get too deep into it where you're not present. And that's the thing that sucks, because as a woman, as a mom, you're expected to be there all the time. But if a husband's at work all the time, it's not a big deal. If he hasn't seen the kids in a couple of days, it's not a big deal. But for us, it's you have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So
that goes back to our mindset.
I love that you share that. And For everybody in the audience, please go ahead. I have a set of questions, but please go ahead, throw your questions in as we're talking. We definitely want to make this interactive. So I'm just loving this so far. And pretty much, Donnie, with what you said with husband. So not everyone's husband is open to.
That's fine.
Oh, so yours isn't.
Yeah.
So how do we have that conversation so that they understand? Like,
I feel like I'm having this conversation weekly to remind him, like, this is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, you know, it's sacrificing a lot of our alone time, but if anything you're starting off and that's new, you're kind of like, you're sacrificing a lot of things, and time with your spouse is one of them. But he's, you know, this is so new. I've only been doing this for a year, blogging and being more on social media. So he's really like a shy, laid back person. He doesn't like a camera in his face. He doesn't even like a lot of people talking to him. Like, that's just, I mean, and I'm the complete opposite. I'm gonna be all in your face talking. So it's really hard to, you know, shoot for the things that you want to do, and then kind of cater to them, because this is his life too that I'm sharing, you know. So it's been complicated. And I think that and we started counseling because we need to have these conversations, you know, pretty often, because I want him to know that this is what I want to do, but I just need you to come on board and just know that, you know, I'm doing this for us, and I'm going to try my hardest to, you know, to make those times. And we do have date night. We schedule it twice a month. So, you know, I find myself overcompensating just to make sure that he's okay.
Yeah. And I so appreciate that transparency, because that's not, we don't always see that part on social media. You know, we catch the one time he may want to be in the picture, and then we're talking to our man like, oh, Tia's man is in her hits pictures. Why do you want to be in mine?
But you don't know what I went through to get this picture.
Oh my gosh. I remember when I started influencing, I really have to stop putting it in air quotes because it's a job. It's a whole job. But when I started influencing, and my husband just couldn't understand why it was taking so much time. But as he started seeing like things come in, like for example, Fabletics, he's like, so when are they gonna send me stuff? I'm like, but are you doing the videos? Like, are you putting in the work? So I feel like after a while, like when they start to see some of the fruit of your labor, you know, and it starts to make sense to them, and they start to see how important it is. I feel like at least I hope they start to come around.
That's true.
Yeah,
I agree.
So what are some of the traditional wife duties that you guys have either given up in order to have that balance or outsource? So recently, I started using someone to clean. I mean, I told my husband when we have kids, I'm going to need her once a month. But right now we're doing like maybe every 6 months, she'll come and do a deep clean. And then we outsource some of our yard work. So have you guys thought about outsourcing anything? Have you started to?
I thought about the lawn.
Right.
I thought about the lawn, like the grass and everything. But my husband's very hands-on. He's like, why would you waste money on cutting grass when I can do it? And I'm like, because he works on offshore every now and then. And so I'm like, but when you're not here, the grass looks a mess. But he would rather have me wait it out until he gets back. But as for cleaning, I do it. Saturday mornings, I do a deep clean in the house and stuff. And I clean up every now and then. But outsourcing would be nice, honestly. But yeah, it would be nice.
And my husband was the same way with like, oh, like it feels weird. Why are we having someone else? But the way I explained it to him is, one, this is what we work hard for. Like, and this buys us back our time. So while someone's outside mowing the lawn, I get to have you with me for that hour that you would have been outside. So I try to like, share it to him in that way, that like we can't buy back time in that way other than, outsourcing some of the stuff. But what about the other two, the two of you?
So for me, outsourcing has kind of changed depending on the season that I'm in. When the kids were a lot younger, we would outsource the laundry. Because laundry for me is like the worst chore out of all the chores.
How does that work? Does someone pick it up or?
Yeah, so my husband would drop it off, and then they can also pick it up, but he would drop it off and then go pick it up. And they would fold it and all of that stuff. But we don't do that anymore. Now I'm doing the laundry, and I dread it. I hate laundry. But I'm a firm believer of outsourcing. I think anything that you can do that's going to free up your time as a businesswoman, as a mompreneur, do it. If you have the means to do it, do it. And I also believe on relying on your village, your friends, your family. So if you have someone that's close to you that will watch the kids for an hour or two so you can, you know, batch create your content, then use them, utilize them. If you have someone that'll watch the kids so you can clean, do that. But definitely rely on other people, because as moms, we can't do everything. Although we try to be super moms and we try to do all the things, and we do, for the most part, do a lot of things, we shouldn't. You know, you're one person. You can only do but so much. So definitely I am pro outsourcing. Right now, because of the pandemic, we haven't been really outsourcing. So it's been me doing most of it. But now that things are getting a little bit better, I will have somebody in my house very soon doing a deep clean, because yeah.
What about groceries? Danya, I think that's like a good place to start. You just want to do like a little outsourcing. Having someone shop your groceries is life-changing.
It's so
life-changing.
I tried the Walmart pickup, and that was just disappointing. I feel like they put the rotten veggies in there. I'm like, what did I like? I did not.
Yeah, I did it one time with the Amazon, and it was okay.
Yeah, Sam's Club pickup is nice, but Walmart, I feel like they give you the rotten fruits and put it inside. Like, I did not ask for this.
Yeah, you can get a bad shopper sometimes. You can.
Yeah.
I do Shipt.
Oh, okay.
Shipt has been amazing so far.
Okay.
Good. I've done shop right from home, and sometimes I'll get a bad shopper, but it's usually like a 16-year-old that's just like whatever. But for the most part, they'll call me and be like, "Hey, your yogurt's gonna expire in like 2 days. Do you want us to get another one?" And I'm like, "Yes, get another yogurt."
Good one.
I like that.
Yeah.
Are you using an app for that?
ShopRite from home, I go on the website. So if you shop at ShopRite frequently, it helps because you can just shop your like old carts. So that helps me do it faster. So I started that when I was doing my doctorate, and I was like, when someone told me about it, I was like, I thought that was for like elderly or disabled. And they were like, no, it's also for the busy. And even when I finish school, I can't get myself to like walk around a grocery store for hours anymore. I can't let it go. Yeah, I cannot let it go. We got a question from Cartier. She said, how are you guys balancing time for yourself, being a mommy and a wife? It's a lot, and often I feel like I feel bad for taking time for me, but it's like, girl, I need a break. So I love this question because we talked about how you're balancing your business, marriage, and motherhood, but we forgot ourselves in this. So
we did.
How are you doing that? Because you are you outside of all of that.
I definitely take my time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Please go.
I take my days. Like tomorrow, that's my day. That's my me day. My husband's working from home this week, so I am gone. You know, it's a once a month thing, and that's like no ifs, ands, or buts. I go get whatever I want done. I get my feet done, my face, whatever, you know, my nails. I do it because literally it is something that really brings me back and recharges me. Even just like when I come home at night and I put Isaiah to bed, and even when my husband's asleep, I love to do a good soak, turn some music on, and just be super silent and just be. So sometimes it's the little things that you can do at home too, to just kind of like run away from life for a quick second, or just binge watching like my favorite show. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's been, I was very lucky to meet some people in Louisiana from influencing, because I didn't know anybody out here. And then, but once I started influencing, I found some other moms. And so I've been able to meet up with them, which has been awesome. So like whenever I'm off my husband's home, I'm like, you know what, I'm out and going to brunch. Like you and the kids are good. But I noticed, like, especially since my kids are a bit young, so I honestly take advantage of their nap time. I would take a nap with them. I'm like, you know what, this is my time to sleep. Because usually during nap time, we feel like we need to go do the dishes, we need to do laundry, we need to do this in that time frame. Why don't we just get some rest as well? Like, and it has really helped me with that. And honestly and truthfully, doing whatever I do with my business, honestly, has been my self-care. I just love it. I'm just really happy that I can do something that I really love. And it has just been like a form of peace for me, because for a while I didn't really know what I was going to do after having kids and being a wife. Like I was just like, because I wanted to go to law school, and then I had to move on from my husband's job. Again, accustoming to, you know, your husband's stuff. And then I was going to go to law school, and then I got pregnant, and I just didn't think it was possible. So having another venture I was just very grateful for it. So this has just been like my self care, you can say.
Like
I
that.
love that. And I'm claiming
I
it.
love
When I
that.
have my child, I'm going to be an influencer for Yuma. Is it Uma or Yuma
You
Collection?
are.
Yeah, Yuma. It means
Yuma.
mother. Yeah, it means mother in the
Oh.
Nigerian tribe. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm claiming it, girl. I'm putting
I can't
myself
wait
out
to see
there.
you.
I'm going to be
You're
an
gonna do
influencer for
amazing.
Yuma
Yes.
Collection when I'm ready. I love that. Anybody else want to comment on that?
Well, for me, I just like try to fit in self-care at least daily, even if it's like taking a long hot shower by myself in a quiet, just quiet where I have my thoughts and I could just think and just relax. So for me, self-care is like, it could be anything. It could be just
Mhm.
taking time for myself and having that time to just be still.
Yes,
So
yes. And, sometimes that guilt factor comes in, but one of the things I'm learning is that when I run myself ragged or I'm not having that me time, I'm not the nicest person to my husband. And it's probably when I have children, it's probably going to reflect to the children. So I feel
mhm.
like having that guilt is misplaced because you're not going to be at your best as a mother or a wife if you're not taking
Yeah.
that me time. So it's just sort of explaining
That
that
is
to your
so
family,
true.
like, hey, if y'all want me to be happy, I need to have some me time and do
It's
something
real.
for myself.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, it's so real. Like like you can literally, all you need really is like a good 20 to 30 minutes and you
That's
just
it.
feel like so much better just
Yeah.
because you just took that little bit of time in your day to just be. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you're like really like you're conscious of it now, because when it does happen, you're going to be like
Mhm.
on the
Yeah,
money, doing
I
things the right
hope
way. So I'm
so.
so proud of that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope so because I can be very like hyper focused on certain things,
Hmm.
or I can like run myself ragged because I'm just hyper focused on a certain thing where I'll either neglect one thing or just be exhausted trying to be superwoman for everything. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to be more aware of it
Hmm.
so I can work on it.
I think it's our nature though to try to do everything. I think it's
Yeah.
we think we can. Like I don't hire anybody. I call my mom when I need somebody to come over and watch Isaiah and I need to, do the dishes or just read. But other than that, I don't call on a lot of people. So I think it's just our nature to just do it all.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's funny is, what's it, Cartier? Oh, in the bathroom because you needed a break today. Oh man, I feel you, girl. Wherever you can get
That's the
it.
best. The bathroom is the
It
one.
is.
My best friend FaceTimes me in the bathroom, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Girl, this is the only time I can get alone." I'm like, "Okay."
That is so real. That is real life.
It is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Real life.
Yes, they come banging on the door too.
Yes.
It's like they pay you no mind, but once they see that you're gone, they're like, "Wait, she's in the bathroom."
Mhm.
It's so annoying.
that is too
And they
funny. It's
never
like,
bother daddy when he's in the bathroom. At least
Mm-mm.
my kids. They never bother him.
Mm-mm. Nope, just mommy.
Mm-hmm.
so what's funny is one of the next questions I was gonna ask, which then brings in daddy, is like, how do you make time for a date night and time for your husband? So that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you just gotta make time.
Yeah, you just have to. Like for us, like the kids are home. Everyone, all five of them are home, obviously, because of the pandemic. And, during the pandemic, we couldn't go anywhere. So for us, we just try to make sure like we send them to bed at a reasonable hour and then just use like maybe an hour or two just to relax with each other. And
Yeah.
that could be watching Netflix, a documentary, YouTube, drinking wine, whatever. But just
That's
having
nice.
that quiet time without the kids is so necessary. And
Mm-hmm.
we were pretty good. Like during the pandemic and the heat of things, we committed to doing that several times a week, I mean. And it
That's
was really,
awesome.
really helpful. And we learned a lot about each other. We've been together for
Wow.
17 years, married for 10 years. And we
Wow.
learned so much more about each other during this past year being home
Wow.
just by spending that time. So I think it's very important. Like you don't need the whole bells and whistles to make
No.
What
time,
are some
quality
of the
time
things
with
that you
yourself.
do? Like, would you play games or like get to know you questions? Like,
We
what'd you do?
we did get to know you questions, and I got that idea from something me and my friend are doing with our podcast. our other podcast, we play Ludo. I don't know if you guys know that game.
Yeah.
A lot of Africans
No.
play that game. I think Haitians call it Lido. Lido? Maybe, I don't know. But Ludo, we play that a lot. And then we just watch documentaries or watch Netflix and then talk, and like, that's it. And it's just,
quality time.
It feels good. Quality time, you know, and it works for us.
And then what about you, Danya and Tia? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I love that. I'm sorry if you hear some background noise, but you know, last year, mid-pandemic, we started to kind of make it more fun while watching Netflix. So we would always have ice cream and strawberries and like, you know, because we're in the house all the time. We're watching TV throughout the day. And so it was just a little something that seemed different. And we also got these really cool activity books that it wasn't just a simple questionnaires or how to get to know your spouse, but they were very fun, like really funny or even like interactive or thought-provoking type of activities. And of course, date nights were always great. It was really hard at first because we had first moved into that area in Louisiana. So our excuse, especially his excuse, was, I don't know where to go. And but, you know, so we would stay indoors. It's like, you know, you don't want to have to stay indoors all the time. So I really love those adventurous type of dates, not just a dinner and a movie. Like I want to do something really fun. But you don't have children, but after you have kids and especially a baby, you get so used to being touched all the time, and then when your husband wants to like touch you, it's just like, I just don't want. Like, it's really hard.
Because like your body is no longer yours because somebody's always touching you.
It's so real. She's so right.
Literally, your body is not yours.
No,
it's not. Like, it gets me so upset. Like,
mm-hmm.
It's like I'm getting touched all day.
That is so real.
Good to know.
That was the one thing that I wish I would have known before having a baby. Just how you just won't feel like yourself for a while, you know. Yeah. But you're all happy. You're in bliss because you have this new family. But it's you're like trying to find time to figure out who you are again. So, you know, and Isaiah was only 6 months when the pandemic hit. So it was just crazy. You know, I was still not back to myself yet. So as horrible as this pandemic has been, it did really force, you know, Kevin and I to really just sit there and really try and connect again, because we were trying to connect being new parents, because it's been 10 years without having a kid. And now we're like, okay, we got this new dynamic. So we had to really connect again, but it was weird. So I had to really like figure this out, because it was a whole new world. And we have a lot in common because my husband and I, we've been together for 17 years too. So I was just like, wow, we're two different people now. Like, we got to figure this out again. So it really is something. So we found a way to leave. I'm sorry if you hear my son, he's screaming. We found a way to get out of the house finally when the world opened back up, because Isaiah's still small, so he gets back into bed with us. There was no put him in the bed and we have our alone time. It wasn't that anymore. So we went to the gun range. I mean, we go out to eat, we go walking, picnics. I mean, whatever. We just had to be really creative to get out of the house, because finding who we are now as parents and individuals, that was so important. And it still is right now.
Love that. Love that. I saw someone say watching live from China. That's so cool. Thanks for watching. King Clova, I just pinned the topic. We're talking marriage, motherhood, career, and biz balance. So Ebony, Danya, and Tia are all mothers. They all own their businesses. And then they're all married women. So we're talking about how they balance it all, including keeping themselves sane and making time for themselves. So if you have questions, definitely drop it in the chat so we can get to it before we're off. I have one more question and then we'll see where the conversation goes. But so actually I have two more questions. So what is your favorite aspect of motherhood? So we talked a little bit about the challenges, and of course we can keep going on the challenges because I'm loving this transparency. I'm taking mental notes. So I don't want any surprises. Baby. And I'm going to come after you guys like, why didn't y'all tell me?
We don't want to hear you.
It's a lie.
So So, but what is your favorite aspect of motherhood?
I have two. I feel like I love the baby phase. My heart absolutely melts. I was actually reminiscing over my son when he was 5 months, and I was bawling my eyes out because they grow so fast. And I love how much I learn from my children. It's like they teach me so much every single day. Uh, Especially as a Black woman, I don't know. I thought I had a lot of self love, but until I had my daughter, I was like, wait, I have a lot to work on. And, she's marrying me. And so she sees me all the time. So I had to, present myself as if, like, I love myself all the time, because I have this little girl who's looking up to me. Especially when it came to her hair, it's a bit different than mine. It has a whole bunch of different textures. And I don't know. I didn't think I did not like my hair until I had her. I had to come to the realization that I'm like, wait, I actually doing her hairstyles, I started to love my hair more. I don't know why. I had to, like, it's like a whole different conversation, but having her and even just seeing how beautiful her skin is and just birthing this human being that looks just like me, it's just like, I mean, well, I am beautiful. Like, like this is me. It's just a really amazing experience that you go through when you have a child that you birth in this world. It's amazing, honestly. There's so much you can that dive into it, though.
I love that. I don't know if you see my face, but I'm just like so in awe. It just makes me so much more exciting to see that. And kind of on the topic of Black girls and having Black girls, I know, Ebony, you have Black girls too, obviously Black girls, but you have daughters too. And, there's so much that's like so deep and complex about having Black daughters and kind of already seeing like what they're gonna possibly experience, and the way you raise them can maybe shift how they see themselves. And that just seems like such a big job. And sometimes when I think about being a mother, I'm like, can I take that responsibility on? Because like Danya said, like I'm still trying to learn and embrace, like I'm coming into embracing myself and loving myself. So to raise a Black girl in this world, even a black boy, that's even deeper.
I was just gonna say that. I think they both have their own challenges. It's something that you really have to reach deep inside of your soul and really call on a God that you serve, because that is really what's going to help you navigate parenting,
I think it's also important too to like instill confidence in your kids. And like speaking life onto them and speaking positive, because I think there's children start developing their self-esteem very young. So as parents, it's important for us to be very delicate with that, like, the way we speak to them. I'm not saying you can't discipline your children, but just being, mindful of how we speak to them and raising them to be confident, to love themselves, for who they are.
I agree.
So I think you're going to be fine as a mom, and just not only just as moms, with parents, we tell our kids things like do this, do that. But I think that kids learn by seeing and watching us. So we as moms also have to, try to be an example of what we want for our kids, because they're watching us.
Yeah,
they are.
I love that. They're mirroring the steps and encouraging them in everything they do. I saw someone post, another influencer posted her daughter, beautiful dark-skinned daughter. She was like sunbathing in the sun, her and her daughter. And I was like, yes, because how many times, at least for me, when you see your child, get out of the sun, you don't want to get darker. And I love that she's already encouraging, like, it's beautiful outside, let's lay out in the sun, like, and just those little things, like we have no idea how we're saving her future woman, that future woman that she'll become.
That's so real.
Yeah
I like that.
So Ebony, what's one of your favorite, or however many you want to tell us, I'm soaking this all up, favorite thing about being a mother?
So my favorite thing, I can't really think of one thing, but if I was to pick something, it's the love that my kids give me. They just, even though there's so many things I could probably complain about and stress over, or things that frustrate me about being a mom at times, at the end of the day, just the love that my kids give me is just amazing. And it just makes me know that, I was meant to do this. Like, this is what I'm here for. So, yeah.
Love that. Mama of the Fab Five.
Fab Five. My Fab Five.
What about you, Tia?
I definitely agree with that. It's the love. Kids, they really bring out the joy, you know, in you and in your world. It's something that I can't explain. It's pure joy for me, really. And honestly, I love that I'm his first teacher. Like, what he's learning now, it's because I instilled that in him. And I love, you know, that God gave me that ability to teach and raise him the way, you know, that I see fit, and the way that, you know, he had designed for us to live. So I think it's just that I have the front row seat, you know, in his life. And I can just watch him grow up. And, you know, nobody else can take that away from me. I have the front row seat. So I think that's what motherhood is amazing.
I love that. I loved hearing all of your responses. So Mother's Day was yesterday, and I got calls from like my parents, friends, and people. When I called people to say Happy Mother's Day, everybody's like, maybe next year we'll be telling you Happy Mother's Day. And I'm like,
Amen.
I woke up at 11 a.m. I'm not even sleeping in things. I don't know. So it was just so nice to hear you guys talk about the beautiful aspects of it. We're in a season right now where we're enjoying each other, and that I don't know, dating, you know, newlywed season. But I definitely do want to be a mother. I have fears about it that we talked about a little bit earlier, but just hearing you guys talk about the beauty of it was just so amazing. So if you're just now joining us, I have one more question for the ladies. We have Danya, who's the owner of Yuma Collection. Yuma? Gotta get it right.
Yeah,
Yuma Collection. We have Ebony, who's an attorney, an immigration attorney, blogger of Love, Law, and Little Ones. And then we have Tia, who is the owner of Go Beautiful Girls. So definitely put your questions in the chat. I'll save this and put it on my page, and I'll try to upload it to YouTube if Instagram acts right. But you guys can always rewatch this. So my last question is, and feel free to ask the ladies questions if you're watching and you have a question before we let them go. But where do you see your brand? And not only just your brand, so your brand and yourself. So when I think of brand, I think of all of you. So you are your brand. So where do you see your brand in 10 years, and what motivates you to smash that goal?
Wow.
Well, it's a big
I love
one.
that.
Yeah.
That's a big question.
Yeah. I can
Way
start.
to end it there.
I'll start. Okay. So where I see Flourish with Dolores, I see it becoming me and it becoming the Flourish brand. I envision myself having international, well, it'll be national, but I see us going to like St. Martin's. So I see us having national like date retreats or marriage retreats. So right now we do date nights that are currently virtual, but I see us, you know, taking that international and doing like longer retreats. I see myself coaching more clients and just really being an impact in terms of like people embracing imperfection. So social media, we see everything looking perfect. We just see so much that we're trying to strive for it that's not real. And so I hope to see my brand growing. Definitely want to be a millionaire, so I'm not afraid. I don't want to be afraid to make money.
Yes.
But I see myself growing in the sense that I'm impacting girls that watch me know that I don't have to have it all together. I don't have to have it all figured out. Because I felt a lot of that pressure growing up, and I still sometimes feel it. So I'm constantly reminding myself as I remind my audience. So that's the biggest thing. And then, like I said, not being afraid of making money. So not being afraid to charge for my services, for my talents. That's definitely where I see myself going in 10 years. And then having my 2 to 3 beautiful kids. And then, you know, we'll be 10 years from now celebrating 10 and a half years of marriage and our dream home. So that's my vision that I'm manifesting for 10 years from now.
Amen.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Claiming it.
I'm believing God for you and with you, girl.
Amen.
That is beautiful. As for me, I like how you differentiated personal and business. Because for my personal brand on this page, I see it kind of venturing into more of like kind of like a family brand. Because I noticed that Abby has already tapped into it. Like I see her walk around the house with her video. She's like, "Hey, this is my mom. She's using the potty." I'm like, "Girl, get that camera off of me!" Like
that girl is
I feel like
talented.
she has the. I think she's just made for it. Even if I didn't even have this around her, that's just her personality. As for the diaper bag brand, I want to see it in stores like wholesale, like Nordstrom or even Target or even anything, so then you can have access to it from stores, not just online. And having other accessories like fanny packs, purses, totes, luggage bags. I wanted to just be a nice fashion brand so that moms can tap into to express their individuality within motherhood. There's just so many things that it can grow into, but I think it is smart to definitely look ahead and have that map of like where do you see yourself. That actually really helps you, you know, tackle on some goals. Honestly,
Awesome.
Yes, I love that. I wanted to ask you, how did you start your diaper bag company?
Yeah, I started it. I actually was thinking about everything a year and a half ago because I had my own diaper bag back when I had my first daughter, and I remember the whole thought process too. They were all around $100 or more, and the bag that I got, it just like pretty much tilted to the side after a couple of months. Like when you leave a bag on the table and it just slouches over. And so I had the same thing on my second bag, and it's like I wanted a bag that was really sturdy, durable, and looks like a bag that, you know, doesn't scream mom. Like, oh, you know, she's a mom walking down the street with her kids. Like, I wanted it to be something that, like, it's my bag, but it happens to help me with my mom duties. You know what I mean? Like, I put my diapers and stuff or whatever in there. And so I designed it and contacted a couple of manufacturers to see if they can do it. And, of course, I did the sample research to see which ones are the best quality and then move forward from there. But it was a long process.
Love that. Everybody definitely go to Danya's
I was
Instagram
about to
and then
say,
you'll
I
see
need a bag.
yes,
what I was
you'll
gonna
see
say.
Emma's collection, that Instagram, and
Awesome.
then hit the link in the bio. Definitely support.
Thank you.
We want to see it blow up. We want to see
Yes.
it Target. We're manifesting all of that.
Target.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
We're
Thank
claiming
you
that
guys.
for you.
Amen.
Oh,
Amen.
thanks, you guys.
Yes, we are.
I guess I'll go next.
Tia, you want to go next?
Oh, Tia? Okay, Tia can go.
Oh, Ebony. No, sorry.
I was letting you go first. So I love that you mentioned like the home and, you know, like expanding your family, because that's literally what I think about in 10 years, just expanding my family. And I also would like to, I'm pulling on him, but my husband is so talented with cooking. So I'm trying to get him to start. Well, he did, but he's not like every day with it. His food blog here on Instagram, and it's GoDaddy Cook, and he's amazing with his food. So I'm trying to find ideas to blend the two brands with Go Beautiful Girl and GoDaddy Cook. So that right now I'm asking God to give me the wisdom so that we can collide those brands, because I feel like we're better together. So that's why I see, you know, us expanding together and just really expanding our family. And also I just can't get this thought out of my mind to have Go Beautiful Girl Cosmetics. So so right now what I do is really encourage people about my infertility journey, but I really want to break off and go into the more of a beauty, you know, world and brand. So maybe in 10 years you'll see Go Beautiful Girl in Target too.
Yes, I love that. This is giving me all the feels. Cardia, we're going to get to your question too after Ebony, but I want to highlight how Rooted Courage, my girl Yesenia, who's also an amazing mama boss, said motherhood needs a community like this. I am feeling that. Literally want to have a baby tomorrow so I could join the community.
We definitely need a community. It is a journey, and we need to be there to support each other as mothers.
Yep.
Definitely.
I agree.
For me, in 10 years, I'll have adolescents and teenagers. So I'll be in a totally different season. But I just really want to continue to do what I'm doing now and build up on what I'm doing now by encouraging other mothers, coaching and mentoring moms of multiples who are interested in starting a business or, you know, becoming entrepreneurs, just mentoring them. I've always wanted to write a book. It's been a long-term dream of mine, and I am working on one right now. So by God's grace, in 10 years, I'll have several books already published, you know, that would inspire moms and, you know, parents alike to just be who they are, love themselves, and be positive. I'm big on affirmation. So my book is something related to affirmations and mantras and positive thinking. So I just hope to be able to grow this brand into something really huge. in the future. And of course, continue my work and continue to grow my firm, and helping people in terms of getting legal status in this country as an immigration attorney. So
I have all the feels. I'm loving all of this. And as a community, we need to hold each other accountable, make sure we get there. And that includes praying for each other, because I truly believe when another woman's winning, especially a Black woman, but all women, like that's a win for me, because my future children are going to be able to look up to you. You know, maybe they want to be an attorney. Maybe they want to go into cosmetics. Maybe they want to go into merchandise. Like, this is amazing. So I want to see all of us get there for sure.
Amen.
All right. So Cartier wants to know, how do you guys deal with toddler tantrums? I think you all have toddlers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just kind of like,
y'all look scared. Y'all like,
I've just entered into this world. I don't know what, every day I don't know what I'm gonna do with him, because it's just something there's some days I don't see tantrums, and there's days where it's all day tantrums. So it's just, I kind of just let it run its course, because I'm like,
that's what I was gonna say.
It's he's gonna grow out of it. So girl, just get your wine at night.
Yeah, there's so many things that you can do. Like, actually, Amon did a tantrum at Disney, like, towards the end, and so we had to go buy him, like, a little bubbly thing. But I don't want to have to keep doing it, like, throwing something at him so he stops crying. But I do notice what works sometimes is, like, kind of make a joke or be silly with them, because they automatically stop crying. They start smiling, and they're just over it. Or especially with my daughter, she's 4. She literally needs her own space. She would actually run into her room and close the door. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let you breathe. Like, I was 4, and it's like she's already a teenager. I'm like, all right, fine, go on, do whatever you want. So with her, I give her a space, but when I'm on, I'll try to just kind of play with her or something.
Yeah.
And play with him, actually. Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. I said, like, on one hand, sometimes you just gotta let them kind of get through the tantrum. It is a phase; they're gonna be fine. On the other hand, I think sometimes when kids do throw a tantrum, especially kids that are in a home with multiple children, they might just want attention from you. So just creating that time to just sit with your child and give them that attention that they need at that moment, I think will help. But don't be afraid of tantrums. It is part of life, and it's a phase. They'll be fine. Yeah.
That helps me too. Thank you.
Because like they have no other way to express themselves.
Exactly.
That's what they know.
That's true.
Yeah. That's what I was going to highlight. Yesenia said you have to go with the flow and seeing them as big little feelings. So it is like feelings that they're having that they're trying to figure out how to express. I'm trying to find the other question. So it says, when you knew you wanted to start a brand, what was some of the steps you took? How do you put all of your thoughts and ideas into reality? I'm struggling on figuring out where to start. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what you're referring to, like at a business or your personal brand. Because when I started, I actually changed my name so many times. I had basic girl on my YouTube channel because I wanted to tap into how basic I am. Like, I'm always wearing hoodies. And then I switched it to baby girl Abby, wanted to just do vlogs with her. But then I shifted on my Instagram page, and I posted this one photo of my family, and that got the most engagement out of all my content. So I stuck with that. So tap into what people love to see from you. Like, literally, if you see that's what they like, keep making that content. But make sure it's something that you like to do as well. It's not something like, dang, I gotta keep, like, it's something that's already part of your lifestyle and they love it too. Go for it. As for like my diaper bag brand, I really advise you to build an audience first, build a community first, so that when you launch that business, you're good to go. Because you don't want to launch your brand and like, it's crickets because nobody knows about it. But if you're an influencer or you have like your own personal brand, you're already talking about it. You're showing them behind the scenes. They seeing you throughout the whole process, making your product. They're seeing the logos. They already rock with you, your personal brand. So when you make that other brand, they're like, wow, like, I love what she's doing. Let me share her page. Let me go like it. Let me go follow. Let me buy her products. Because when I launched, I had a whole bunch of influencers just buy it because they knew me. And I was just like so shocked. So if you want to start a business, definitely grow your personal brand first. So people like, oh, I know her. so I'm definitely gonna like her products. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how it works.
I love
You don't
that
want to
you
start a
shared that.
business. Yeah, you don't want to start a business because they don't know you. Like nowadays, people buy into people, not businesses. So do that first for sure, definitely, before even launching an Instagram page.
Gems.
Yeah,
All
that's
gems.
I think you said it. Like that's the best tip ever.
Yeah.
The nail on the
Start
head.
that community.
Mhm.
It'll take
Literally
some
the
time too.
Yeah,
It'll take
literally
some
the
time.
best
Ooh,
tip.
don't
And
it?
Cartier, if you wanna, let's say for example, you want to get into beauty, hair, start posting more, doing your own makeup, you know, the beauty hair stuff. So people, so it's not as random. People see you doing it and that you're committed to it. I think another thing is having a community of women who, it doesn't have to necessarily be in your niche, but who are also like go-getters and trying to start something.
Yes.
That way you
There you
guys can
go.
kind of hold each other accountable, cheer each other on.
Right.
That's one of the things I love about these women. I haven't met y'all a day in my life in person.
Yes.
But the fact that we follow each other, we encourage each other, I just
do.
love that. So I think that helps. I'm going to plug myself too. I do coaching. So if you ever wanted to talk and really just map out everything that's on your mind and how to make it happen, I'm not like, I don't know why I'm just always so good at pulling the magic out of people and helping it make sense to have like strategic steps. So I definitely be able to happy to help you. I'm sure any of the ladies, if you ever wanted to drop them a question, a DM, definitely do that. Someone says drop the offering plate to Danya. Yeah, she hit everything on the head. Everything on the head.
Funny.
So if there are any more questions, I'm gonna do the giveaway question, and then Cartier said, "Wow, I thought y'all were friends." But that is the beauty of finding community and even your internet friends. Like I just love how we all can get on here. We were all so transparent. Like, and for me, similar to what Danya said, this is how what she said is so real. When I was looking to do this with people, I've been watching different people. What are people posting? What are they putting out? Are they going to align with my brand and what I want to share? Of course, they're not saying all my thoughts, but you know what I mean? Like my mission, or do they align with that? Do I feel like we would connect? And so that's why putting yourself out there, posting, you never know who's watching you, who's going to give you the next opportunity. So
Absolutely, I agree. I'm all about community too. You know, this has been such an amazing journey because I have met so many women virtually that have supported me like none other, like more than my family, more than people that literally know me, literally, you know. So, you know, I think that once you link up with the crew and the individuals that's going to the same place you're going, that's the gold. You know, you need to know and link with people that's trying to go where you're trying to go.
Yes. So let's get into, thank you ladies for all this, especially like with Cartier saying, wow, I thought y'all were friends. Like that just means a lot to me for you even taking the time to like answer my little DM and be like, hey, this is what I want to do. It's a week notice, but I really want to do this. Can we put this together? So I really, really appreciate that. And I'm not paying them. They're not getting anything. And I just really appreciate them taking the time to do that.
It was my pleasure.
That's
so
what I was saying. I'm honored. Thank you.
Yes. And I'm going to put this on my YouTube. It'll be on my Instagram. So if anybody watching wants to rewatch it, catch those gems again. And before I ask the ladies to tell us where we can find everybody and, you know, help them out, support, purchase their products. I want a diaper bag, but I got to slow down, not yet. But one day I'll definitely purchase one.
That's your act of faith, honey. You got to get that bag to bring it closer to you.
I like that. That's huge. You got to start making room for that.
That's right.
I love that.
Yes.
So our question, get your typing ready because whoever answers it first will get the giveaway. So the giveaway is Absolute Green. It is a 100% natural cleaning company. So I just love that. My husband has asthma. I'm not completely green yet, but I've been trying to just do a little bit more green products that are natural because I'm a girl that will spray bleach all over the place and the man can't breathe. So I really love that I'm working with Absolute Green and that they are sponsoring this live. So the question is, how many children, okay, good. How many children do the three ladies have combined? So how many children do we have in this community? So start doing the math. And then whoever answers first. And go ahead, take a guess if you either missed it or you're not sure. But this is all three of them combined.
This is so cool.
It's crazy because haven't refreshed, so I can't see, but it'll be cool to see what y'all see.
Wow, Kojo Heaven. So we have a guy. Yay. Hi, Kojo Heaven. Said
Hey.
8.
Okay.
He was right. Cartier said 8 too.
Okay.
Yay.
So I'm gonna give it to Kojo Heaven and Cartier, so that you both get it, because I know Cartier was like really, really active today. But Kojo Heaven, Kojo, I keep saying your whole username. Kevin, so excited that you got that right. That's awesome. So Ebony has her Fab 5. Danya has 2, and Tia has her 1 miracle baby so far, and she's gonna be expanding.
Yeah.
Thank you. Cartier said, "Dang, sir, don't worry. I'm gonna DM you both. I'm gonna DM you both. But Absolute Green will want you to be following them. So, make sure you follow them too. And so, where can everybody find you all? So let's start with Danya.
Hey, I'm at Danya Nagara blog on Instagram. On TikTok, I'm at Danya Nagara. Everything else is Danya Nagara. I should change it to on my Instagram as well. But as for the diaper bag brand, it's at Yuma Collection, and that's YUUMA. And for those who did not hear, it stands for mother, in a respectful tone too, from a Nigerian tribe. So that's where you can find us.
Love that. Tia?
I am Go Beautiful Girl here on Instagram. The blog is Get Inspired with Tia. I wish that I could have had it the same, but Get Inspired with Tia just kind of opened up doors so that I could put more on there. So, so Get Inspired with Tia is the blog, and Go Beautiful Girl here on Instagram.
Awesome. And then Ebony?
So I am my mommy blog. So if you're interested in following me, there is Lifelong Little Ones here on Instagram. And the blog is www.lifelawandlittleones.com. If you're interested in an attorney, I got to plug that too. You can follow me at Ebony Anaforo Esquire.
Yes. I love that. And I will definitely, Tia, YouTube. Don't forget to plug your YouTube.
Exactly. Thank you, Pearl. Shame on me because it's so new. I just started my YouTube channel. So it is Go Beautiful Girl on YouTube as well. So yeah, I can't believe I have another platform here.
And when I post this, I'll tag all of them so you can find it too. And Cartier and Kevin, DM me your address. So we can send you the Absolute Green. And then everybody until June 1st, you can use my code Dolores20. I'll put it in here. But if you go to, I think I put it in my bio now, but if you're interested in the products and you go to the link in my bio, good, following them all. Good. Type in Dolores20 as a coupon code for 20% off. So a little gift for everybody if you're interested in those products. But y'all, I cannot thank you enough. Like, if we had time, I'd be like, let's do this once a week. But we know we don't got time. But we definitely should
This was
get
fun.
together again. Yeah,
It was
fun. So much fun. All right. Well, later, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.